Climate change so often portrayed as extreme. Severe flooding in one country and at the same time drought across another one. But it is not as simple as just weather differences, and the dilemma for many is to get global agreement on how best to control greenhouse gas emissions for all. In December this year, the United Nations is holding a major summit in Copenhagen to thrash out, hopefully, an international agreement. In London recently, an all-party meeting, and this from the visiting UN expert.
An agreement is absolutely essential in Copenhagen. Countries decided a year ago in Indonesia that negotiations need to be launched, and I think people want to see a result at the end of that 2-year process in December.
Now, in terms of what needs to be done, what are the key issues that they're going to be facing, the delegates out there?
In Copenhagen, we'll have to agree a long-term response to climate change, and that for me means 4 things. First of all, clarity on by how much rich nations are going to reduce their emissions. Secondly, clarity on what major developing countries can do to limit the growth of their emissions. Thirdly, clarity on international finance that's going to make it possible for developing countries to act. And fourthly, a revision of the international governance, the institutions that actually make it possible for us to deliver on all of this.
You also spoken about it's a level playing field, developing countries and developed countries being on a level playing field. Is that vital as well?
I think it's very important for industry that you don't create competitive distortions. I don't think that rich and poor nations are on a level playing field. Clearly their circumstances are very different at the moment. But we do have to move forward in a way that is balanced and doesn't result in emissions leaving one country but moving to the next one.
Are you optimistic about a good outcome at Copenhagen?
Yes, I am. I think there's a huge public and political and business will to come to a result, but it's not going to be easy.
And in that sort of context, do you believe that the world leaders are now aware of what needs to be done, how they're going to do it?
I think that world leaders understand the issue. At the same time, I think that this has been a very technical negotiating process so far, with world leaders not really engaged. And I think one of the challenges for this year is going to be to really engage world leaders and make sure that they take the decisions they have to take.
So the framework to act is there. Now the pressure is on for world leaders to act in a united front to help prevent scenes like these from occurring again and again. Much is expected from Copenhagen.